Like what? Like watching him play since you've watched every game. I haven't been watching the Flyers.
He's better, in my opinion. He's better than Bedard.
Is he better than Konechny?
Yes, by far.
You think he's better than Konechny?
He's way better than TK.
You think he's already I think in both their primes he's gonna be better, but you think he's already better than Konechny?
Yes.
Really? Because Konechny, I think Konechny's unreal, and I think Nolan agrees. The fucking Flames, man.
Yeah, that's the Flames I was expecting to see.
They played well.
Yeah, they actually didn't play bad. Just some bad goals, some bad penalties.
Zari's got to score. He's getting way too close. You can tell Zary knows he needs to score.
Okay, I'm ready to get going here.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right. Welcome to the Dump and Chase podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Robillard. Alongside me, as always, Nolan Shard and Liam O'Connor. How's it going, boys?
What's up?
Ready to go. Let's get her going.
All right. First, before we kick things off, make sure to follow us on all of our socials to stay up to date on our latest episodes and posts. All of our links are under the video, or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you can find them linked in the description. All right, so we don't talk a lot of Flyers on here, and I want to kind of draw the attention to the Flyers right now. Coming off a 7-5 win against Minnesota on Saturday. They play the Canadiens Sunday. Gauthier, the captain, who has been up and down the lineup and also out of the lineup as well, scored his first goal in 32 games against the Wild and had his first hat trick since having a torn MCL post-COVID. TK, Michkov, and Coots combined for 12 points in the game. Boys, your thoughts on Coots and the boys somehow just figuring it out all of a sudden?
I think it's definitely something they needed is for Couturier to step up. I mean, like you said, he's been out of the lineup. He's the captain. Should be pretty much their one center, looking at everybody else on the team. And I think they really needed that win. I'm not quite sure who was in net for the Flyers yesterday. Was it Urson?
No, I don't remember. I'm 99% sure it was. I think it was Urson.
Yeah. Urson played.
Yeah.
808 save percentage. You're not going to win every game, letting in 5 goals. But the Flyers needed a win. They snapped their losing streak at what? What was it? 6 games?
6 games. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a big win, especially scoring 7.
6-game losing streak. Yeah.
Hopefully today, the day we're recording this on the Sunday, looks like Kolosov's getting his NHL debut tonight against the Habs. Hopefully he can show a little bit of spark in between the pipes for Philly, because either goalie is not looking great right now.
Yeah. Where are they? 30th in the NHL. Mitch Michkov looks good.
Yeah. Point per game.
Looks way better than I thought. I thought he was going to be good. I always thought he was going to turn out as a good player, but I mean, he's 19, so I thought he'd have a rough couple of years, but he's already leading the team on points. Do we think he's the best player on that team already?
Yeah. Yeah. He was the best player in the team before he even came here.
Watching him play since you've watched every game. I haven't been watching the Flyers.
He's better, in my opinion, he's better than Bedard.
Is he better than Konechny?
Yes, by far.
You think he's better than Konechny?
He's way better than TK.
You think he's already I think in both their primes he's gonna be better, but you think he's already better than Konechny?
Yes.
Really? Because Konechny, I think Konechny's unreal, and I think Nolan agrees. I saw something about his skating. I think it was Ryan Whitney was saying it's not elite level skating. or something like that. It definitely isn't. But I think what makes him such a good player is his hockey IQ.
Yes.
Like watching him play, he's a smart player.
Yeah. He makes like plays look so easy and makes unbelievable plays.
I want to hear why you think
Flyers have
why he's better than Bedard. I mean,
Yeah.
if he isn't Russian and named Matvei Michkov, he is a debatable second overall pick.
So he's not better than Bedard.
Bedard, I mean, okay. I think Bedard was A1 and Mitchie was AB or 1B. I think it could have been either of them if Michkov doesn't have a 3-year contract in the KHL and isn't Russian.
Let's see.
Because Mitchie outplayed Bedard in the World Juniors.
That 1 year that before Michkov got booted,
okay.
He did.
Yes, he did. Before Russia got kicked out of the.
So you're telling me if Michkov doesn't get kicked out, how many points did Bedard put up? 17? Something like that? Something crazy in World Juniors. Like,
Wait,
but that was the year
broke
after.
The record, right?
That was the year after Mitchie wasn't in.
9 points. Let's see. I can't believe that guy won 7th overall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so they're tied in points right now, which is pretty cool to look at. Oh man.
Let me find it. Okay, so he outperformed Bedard in the U18s, outperformed Bedard in the canceled U20s. He had the best KHL DY of all time, best KHL DY +1 of all time, and he was sick during that. Like he had shit wrong with his like lungs and wasn't 100%, and is outperforming Bedard this season. And Bedard's in his second year of the NHL.
Yeah, almost a point a game in the first year of the KHL, or sorry, his second year. Even the first one, he's almost a point a game.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He played 3 years of the KHL. Well, 3 games his first year, so that doesn't really count. Wow, yeah. No, I'm clueless on why this guy went 7th overall.
Because he's Russian and the contract.
And the contract. Yeah, he signed a 3-year contract.
But
he signed a 3-year contract of his draft year.
And
even
then
if
there was,
though, like, it's paying off.
Yeah, but a lot of teams, like the 6 teams before that, were like, we're trying to be competitive by the time that he comes.
Who went before that?
Montreal,
Antelli.
San Jose. Like who was drafted before him?
God, that was a stacked draft.
Yeah, it was like
that
crazy
is a stacked draft. Like you look at that draft and then you compare that to the is it 2022, the one where Shane Wright was drafted with Yuri Slafkovsky.
That was a weird draft.
That draft is way better.
Like Bedard, Mitchie, Carlson, Fantilli, Benson, Smith, Dvorsky, Reinbacher, Moore, Wood, Danielson, Willander, Ryan Leonard.
It's a stacked.
I know Moore.
It's unreal. I wonder what's better, last year or this year? Or
2023 by far.
You think really? I think 2024 is stacked as well.
I think 2024 was more depth, but like 2023 had more like top, like generational kind of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mitchie and Bedard are the only generational guys, quote unquote. But I think there's a lot of elite players out of that draft.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe Steve William went 12th overall this year or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the Flyers could have grabbed them. That's the unreal thing to me.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Jet Luchenko got sent down the other day. He's backing Guelph for the Ontario Hockey League. He had a full camp, played 4 games for the Flyers, didn't score any points. I mean, I'm fine with him being sent down. It was kind of expected. He looked like an NHL player, but he also wasn't putting up points to stay, and it just didn't really work out. I think it'll be better for his development, spend the rest of the year in the OHL, and then he gets a shot next year. So, yeah, and as Chard mentioned, Alexei Kolosov, even though he's not playing exceptionally well, but I guess the Flyers have to give him a look at some point, and A decision is expected to be made on whether or not he sticks around in North America. According to Elliot Freeman, the org and his camp have about till Halloween to make a decision on his future. So if they can't find a fit for him and Kolosov isn't happy, he and the Flyers organization have the decision to have a conversation about it. And Kolosov can either stay in the North America or go back to the KHL. That's kind of one of the reasons why Kolosov's getting a shot here, and also the fact that Fedotov can't stop a beach ball. Any thoughts there, boys, or do you just want to move on to our next topic?
Just little thing. Kind of already went over it, but Kolosov kind of it's hard to say deserves a shot looking at his numbers in the minors, but you're looking at the numbers in the NHL, and his camp is so demanding of a spot that kind of have to give it to him, honestly, because he has every reason to have a chance just based off of save percentages and the way Flyers are losing games because their goalies can't do anything. So I just think, yeah, he deserves a chance, and hopefully he does well today against Montreal enough to first camp to decide that they're staying in North America.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know how to feel about Kolosov. Never been high on him. So we'll see how it goes in the NHL. All right, quick, fun little segment here. We're going to try another blind rankings. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better. Last week we did one and we ended up scrapping it, so we'll see how this one goes. On the topic of prospects and NHL drafts, we're going to do NHL current prospects. So the ones fighting for the Calder Trophy right now. All right?
Oh, okay.
So first off the board, Lane Hutson from Montreal.
You got to go 3.
About
2 or 3. 2 or 3. Yeah. We get 5 players here, Liam. Lane Hutson.
Liam, did you just say straight to 5?
I mean, dude, I like Lane, man. I'm sorry. Like, he's going to be good, but...
He's playing 22 minutes a night in Montreal right now. Like...
How many points does this guy have?
He's got 5. He's got 5 assists in 8 games. Or something like that.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Because I'm honestly kind of forgetting. There's only Michkov. Celebrini is hard to put anywhere. I'd probably put Celebrini at 2, and then we just got to think about that.
I mean...
I'm good with Hutson at 3.
I want to go 3 or 4. I mean, I think we can just agree on 3.
Yeah, we'll go 3 with Lane. Playing a lot of minutes in Montreal. He's power play minutes. He's getting points right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's unreal. Like he plays the game like Picard does, right? See the way he skates?
Oh yeah, he skates.
It's like
It's
like watching like a little tiny, like a young Quinn Hughes skater. Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Next up from the San Jose Sharks, Macklin Celebrini.
2. That's easy 2. No?
We've seen 1 game.
There's no way you're putting him below Lane Hutson.
No, you're putting him below Lane Hutson.
Well,
who do you have above him?
Michkov
and who?
Stankoven.
Saw that going.
Yeah.
Stankoven, dude, you gotta remember that Stankoven's like 22. Like he's just got like age on these guys, and he's a really good player. He's got 9 points. He's second on his team in points. He's second on the Dallas Stars in points. He's got more points than Rupe Hintz, more points than Jason Robertson, and Wyatt Johnston, and Jamie Benn.
Yeah.
He's literally almost leading his team in points, and
I forgot about him. Well, it's the price you got to pay. So
okay, Celebrini, where we put him?
2 or 4. We can't go 5.
Like,
he's the first overall pick, and he looked phenomenal in his games.
Are we agreeing that Stankoven's better than Celebrini?
I think right now he is.
So then we have to.
By the time Celebrini's 22 in 4 years, Celebrini will be way better.
I know, but it's Calder.
Right now, So we'll go 4.
We have to go 4.
Okay. Cutter Gauthier.
5. all day.
He's not looking too great in Anaheim. I don't think he's scored yet, has he?
No. I wish Dylan was on this. That would have been funny as hell.
Yeah. Where's
5?
Where's that wicked shot at, Cutter?
Yeah. God. Okay, so what do we have here?
Stankoven and Michkov. It's names we're waiting for you.
Macklin Celebrini's at 3, right?
No, 4.
Hutson's 3, Celebrini's 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cutter's 5.
Honestly, man, I think Hudson's probably better than Celebrini for the Calder right now.
Well,
I think
it makes sense. Just because Hudson's playing a lot of minutes right now in
and he's
Montreal.
older. Like, he's just more fit for the NHL.
Yeah.
I actually like our list so far.
Yeah, not bad.
I wouldn't switch it around their list.
Okay. 4th here, from the Dallas Stars, Logan Stankoven.
2. 2's the easy spot. And we could put Michkov 1.
Not easy.
How?
What do you think? What do you think, Liam?
They're so close.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that Michkov is leading the Flyers in points. And Stankoven's second on the Stars in points. Just compare those two teams.
Mitchie has more goals.
So you're telling me the guy that has more points than Robertson, Hintz, Johnston, Jamie Benn.
I mean, Michkov also has more points than those guys.
What, he's got 9?
On the Philadelphia Flyers.
They're literally tied in points.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's saying
Stankoven's also has way better teammates.
I think Michkov's going to be a better player.
I think Michkov right now is the one guy. Just because he's scoring right now at a pretty good pace. He's on the Flyers.
Okay, yeah.
A pretty dead power play, and now it's got him who's scoring a lot on the power play.
Yeah, we go Michkov 1, yeah.
There we go. Stankoven 2, Michkov 1. You can read out the name if you want, and we'll tell you why again.
Okay. Josh Dunn of the Utah Hockey Club.
Josh Doan.
You didn't put Michkov in the thing? Oh, Josh Doan.
So you left Doan for last?
Yeah, he didn't put Michkov in the game.
Like Shane Doan's the kid? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh Doan, Logan Stankoven, Lane Hutson, Macklin Celebrini, and Cutter Gauthier.
What does Doan have?
He's not better than...
That is rough.
I can't even find him. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the score sheet. Oh, there it is.
He fought Radko Gudas. That's enough for me. He's my number 1.
I like Josh Doan though.
I do too. But he's not one. He's probably on the same level as Cutter right now, if not just like a little bit better, like a tiny bit.
He's probably better than Cutter, yeah.
He tore it up last year in his brief stint with Arizona. But so far this year in Utah, he's not doing too much. He's playing third line. Definitely not number 1. Fuck, he didn't put Michkov. I mean, what are we supposed to do? We're not expecting Josh Doan.
Thought I'd throw a curveball.
Yeah.
I was Doan going 37th overall.
I don't know, but he's a good pick. I like him over there.
Really good pick. Did his dad play for the Coyotes?
Yes, that's the face of the Coyotes.
That's the whole big thing.
That is sick.
Yep.
Yeah, like.
And he fought Gudas the other night.
Did he?
Which is pretty sick. Yeah. The kid fought Radko Gudas.
Did he win?
It was pretty even. I wouldn't say anybody won that fight.
Wow.
I don't think anybody went down. I think it was just a wrestling match, really.
Yeah. All right. Getting to some Leafs talk here, what we've all been waiting for. The Leafs are 4-4-1 to begin the season with 9 points in 9 games, -2 differential. They've had some up and down games, but this stat I just wanted to pull up from Jonas Siegel. Leafs after 9 games, 2021-22, 4-4-1, 2022-23, 4-4-1, 2023-25, 5-3-1, and then obviously this year, 4-4-1. Thought that was pretty interesting. The last four years they've been pretty consistent, other than the 1 year. They had a rough overtime against the Bruins the other night. Matthews gave up a meatball to no man's land. Costed the Leafs the game, 4-3 in overtime. They walk away with the point, but they lose. They also lost to the Blue Jackets and beat the Lightning in the same week by the same score of 5-3. Since then, they've lost 3 straight and 4 of their last 6. They play the Jets on Monday, who are coming off a close win against the Calgary Flames, who have also lost 2 straight in their own regard. They've kind of evened out a little bit, but they're still fighting. Is there something wrong? Is it too early to be concerned? Or are they just adjusting to Craig Berube's new system? Chard, your thoughts?
I wouldn't say there's anything wrong. It's just a matter of breaking old habits, I think. I mean, these guys have been in the league for 8 years doing the same habits. I just think it's going to take some time. We've seen some spurts of really good play, like that game against Tampa Bay was probably one of the best games I've ever seen played. Like our top guys are scared to go to the net. Aside from Tavares, he's a net front guy, but he's not that great at it unless it's on the power play. But right now, I think our best player with Berube's system with getting to the net and forechecking is Matthew Nyes. Everyone else sort of just watches. They like to play perimeter hockey. They really like to play perimeter hockey, and they still do it. And that's why it's just not working out right now. But that game against the Bruins last night did not deserve it at all. Stolarz played phenomenal again. We saw some phenomenal passes by Mitch Marner last night that kind of kept us in the game. He had a sick pass to Riley, and he had another sick pass to Matthews to tie the game. And speaking of sick passes, Matthews' turnover in overtime. I didn't even see who scored. I literally just saw it go in the back of the net, and I turned off the game, and I left. I'm sick of losing in Boston. It drives me insane. We've lost 8 in a row in the regular season against Boston. We got the season series swept last year. Then obviously we lost in the playoffs to them in 7 again in the and then this year so far we're 0-1 against the Bruins in the regular season, but obviously it doesn't matter that much. But I think it's more just breaking old habits and getting used to the new system with Berube.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed Stolarz. He's impressed me this season. I've always liked him, especially when he was with Philly. Like pretty much every goalie that plays in Philly goes on to be better somewhere else. It's just the way it goes. You want to win a cup, go play in Philly first. It's just the way it is. But yeah, and Wool is returning. But yeah, I just wanted to mention Stolar's stats. 219 goals against average and a 927 save percentage in 6 games with 3 wins. Like, that's all you can ask of him. And I think he's been playing extremely well. He's a big goaltender and plays the game right. O'Connor, your thoughts on the Maple Leafs to begin the season?
They're not really worried about making the playoffs. I mean, they always do. So I wouldn't say there's any reason to be worried right now. I think they just got to get in, and once they're in, Berube's system will do them well. My question is, what do we think Matthew Nyes' ceiling is?
Oh, man, I don't know, but he showed some spurts of being like borderline elite. I wouldn't quite say elite. Like, I might see him like maybe put up 70, 75 points once. But really? I think he's like a 60, 65 guy. If he's playing with Matthews and Marner, I mean, he's every right to put up more than what I just said. But right? He's still young, and he's got a new coach that adapts to his physique and style play better. Like he wasn't even a point guy when he played in college. When he played,
yeah, he was.
He wasn't too much of a point guy.
Oh yeah, he was.
Because his line mates.
46 points in 30-something games in college. That's unreal.
Yeah, but look at his line mates, and then look at their points.
Yeah.
Like, he never led in points.
Like who he played with.
He was never a top point guy. He played with Logan Cooley and, Fantilli, I think. I can't remember, but his line was stacked. They had the line in college, and they just came up short.
I mean, obviously,
42 points in the NCAA. 40 games, 42 points. 42 points is unreal in the NCAA. That's like putting up 90 points in the dub.
Well, yeah, but he was the Hyman on that line.
Yeah.
That's the simple way to put it. He was the Zach Hyman on that line. Like, he goes and gets the puck for those line mates that he had.
How was he getting drafted?
I mean, Chard doesn't have much hope in him anyways. He just dropped him in fantasy.
Yeah, I did just drop him in fantasy. But, not a point guy. He's doing great. I think he's been our most noticeable player and best player so far. Not a lot of people are going to like that at all, but I definitely think he is. Him and Stolars. For sure. I love Chris Tanev. As well, but he's a ceiling. I can't even compare him to anyone because I don't see people like him that play like him. Just a huge body. He throws hits. He plays in front of the net, and he has sick hands and a sick shot.
He'd be a young Wayne Simmons with better hands.
And less violent. But, yeah, just kind of throws it in their corner, and he throws a hit, and I like him. Yeah. He kind of, I don't know, like the way he drags the boys in. He's a good fit with that line, for sure, but I don't know what his ceiling is, if I'm going to be honest.
I couldn't tell you.
Sometimes that's good.
Unknown, yeah.
He's so young, just let him play.
Yeah. All right. One question I have. Does Matthews reach 70 goals again this season with the C on his chest? Some think it is too much pressure for Auston, including Beasley, our professor, and the in-arena voice of the Calgary Flames. He thinks it's too much pressure for him. Do you think there's a difference, and do you think he's going to crack 70? I'll go to O'Connor first.
No. He might not even get 60. What does he got right now? If I'm being honest with you, I don't think he cares about how many. I don't even think he cares about his stats right now. I think Matthews is sick of losing out in the first round. Yeah, not even a point a game right now. Yeah, no. Especially with Berube's style. Sorry, Matthews is not getting 70. Maybe not 60.
Fair point. Do you think there's any pressure on him now with the C on his chest?
Yeah, there's pressure on him, but I don't think the pressure on him to score 70, I don't think that bothers him. I don't think he cares. I think he's set on playing Berube style. I think he's just set on doing something in the playoffs. I think he's sick of lighting up the season and then going out in the first 7 games to the Bruins every year. I think he's focused on the playoffs and he's focused on playing like a team right now. Getting something done in the postseason.
Chard, your thoughts?
I don't think he gets to 70. I think he gets close to 60, and if he does get to 60, it'll be 60 goals or 61. But we also haven't seen the Leafs get hot yet. So when the Leafs are hot, he's hot, and he scores in bunches. So I think there is not a chance at 70, but like I said, there's a chance at 60 for sure. I think he will get to 50 for sure. It's almost a given. With the pressure, I think there is pressure. Because when Tavares was the captain, he's the guy that everyone goes to talk to first. He speaks for the team, and Matthews, I don't know if he was a captain anywhere else in his pro hockey. Probably minor hockey, definitely. He had to have been, but no media. But I think there's a lot of pressure because now it takes a lot of the load off of Tavares, which I think he should. But he's a great leader. He always thrived anyways as he was a captain. But with Matthews being a captain, there's a lot more pressure on him. Like in that interview we saw the other night after they lost to St. Louis, he says it starts with me. That's his quote. He says it's the team starts with him and their success starts with him. Which obviously you can tell that he has a lot of pressure on him. But I don't think it'll affect him too much. It'll affect him at the start because we're having a shaky start. But once, he gets hot, someone else gets hot, and we start winning, putting together some points, he'll also start loading up his stats.
Speaking of another point guy that can get hot at times, Mitch Marner. I guess we can also talk about Willie Nylander as well. But does Marner crack 100 points? He was close to it last year. I think he fell on like 99 last game of the season. Does he reach that milestone, or do we see another season where he comes close but doesn't hit the milestone chart?
If I'm going to be honest, I don't care how many points he gets. Just want him to do something in the playoffs, man. I'd be cool for him to hit the 100-point milestone because he's been just short of it, I think, twice in his career. If he didn't miss games a few seasons ago, he would have 100% hit it. But I don't really care how many points Marner gets. I'd honestly be okay if he doesn't get a lot of points in the regular season because he's on a contract year. And I hope they give him the extension after he has a bad season. Then he has an unreal playoffs. That's the ideal as a Leafs fan. And then William Nylander. He's got the big contract, so I hope he gets a lot of points. He almost hit 100 last year as well. I'd love to see him do it again. Obviously, he hasn't looked too great this year. He had a very bad turnover last game, which allowed the Bruins to go up 3-2. But obviously, that's just one game, one play. When also need Nylander to get hot, but not too worried about him in the regular season. He's actually our best forward in the postseason. So, not too worried about regular season milestones over in Toronto at all. As a Leafs fan, doesn't really matter to me actually.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing basically is Leafs fans are tired of the regular season and just want success in the playoffs.
Exactly. Window's not too much bigger. It's closing, actually, pretty quick.
Okay. O'Connor, any thoughts on the Leafs trio?
You're going to see with Berube's system, you're not going to see the guys that are getting 100 points every year get 100 points this year, I don't think. I think you're going to see more of a team effort, 4-line effort. That's pretty much it. Yeah. It's going to be boring hockey compared to what it used to be. That's what I think.
As the Leafs fan, though, it's pretty attractive hockey. Never seen them play that way ever. But if they play like they did against Tampa early in the week, where they just bullied them, not only on the score sheet, but on the ice, like completely bullied them, like that's fun hockey. They literally throw in their corner, run at their D-man, get it to the front, and score. Like that's very fun hockey to watch. And they were just chirping. They were just bullying them. And that's the most exciting game I've watched in the regular season for the Leafs ever.
All right. One last one. Is Craig Brerube the answer? Does he take the Maple Leafs to the promised land? It's very rare that you see a coach win two different championships with two different teams. Craig Berube did obviously with St. Louis Blues, but that was quite a few years ago. Can he be one of only few coaches to take a different team to the championship and win it? O'Connor, we'll go to you first.
Berube?
Yeah. Do you think he brings the Leafs to the promised land, or?
If anyone's going to do it, he's probably the guy, I think. Yeah, I mean, Sheldon Keefe, good coach and all, but I think once you're in the playoffs and the season's over, guys like Berube, Tortorella, Sutter, they know how to win hockey games, and I think if any year's the year, it's the year this year to do something in the playoffs, especially now that they went and fixed up their decor. Like what they did this year is what Edmonton should have done, in my opinion. Except for obviously keep the coach, but they went and fixed their decor. They got Ekman Larson and Tanev. Did they get anyone else?
No, those are just too big. Those are just some big guys.
Yeah, they added
definitely way better than last year.
Yeah, they added an offensive defenseman and Chris Tanev, the best defensive defenseman in the league, some people say. So yeah, I mean, who else did they add on offense? They got
nothing.
No, I mean
same team.
No, it's the same off. It's the same. Goals. It's this. They added Pacioretty, but that's the replacement for Tyler Bertuzzi is Pacioretty, and then we got Stolarz, Tanev, OEL, and Felipe Myers, who I think looks great.
Yeah,
but he played his first game yesterday. He played his first game, regular season game. I don't know. The least
another
no one
Flyers legend.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know. Stolarz, great pickup.
If any year's the year, it's this one.
Dude, it's got to
I
be
don't
soon.
even care about their record or the stats.
Me either. They could be second wildcard spot, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
They could barely just squeak in.
Mm-hmm. No,
once that'll help them.
But
yeah.
But whatever gets them. Whatever.
Yeah, it might actually help to be a wild card spot, eh?
Yeah.
Take off the expectation.
Yeah, he can be the answer, but they got to fix a lot of bad habits quick. They have a full season, but still, they played that way for 8 years since they've came in, or even people some longer than that. Obviously, I'm just talking about the Stars. Been playing the same way for quite a long time. Even Babcock changed his style when he came to Toronto because it's a lot more skill than grit in Toronto when he came in. He was there for the start of Matthews and Marner and Nylander. But yeah, he can be the answer. They just got to fix the way they play, and then they can. Like, if I see the Leafs become a physical defensive team, the fact that those words even coming out of my mouth with the words Maple Leafs doesn't make sense to me, but it really can happen with their new decor, goaltending, and their coach. And I'm really excited for what's down the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're slowly losing O'Connor here, so I think it's time to wrap it up. Any last thoughts from you boys, O'Connor, before you fall asleep and have a nap? You got any last words?
Flames got to start winning.
Okay. More meant on the Leafs, but all right.
What is going on here? I didn't watch the game. Really? Did they play well in the last 2 periods?
The Leafs or the Flames?
Flames.
I would assume the Flames.
I did not watch the Flames game. I was watching the Leafs game.
Okay. All right, are we still live?
Good Lord. Yes.
Okay. All right.
He hasn't signed off yet, dude.
All right. I think that's our cue to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us as always. We'll be back next week, hopefully with something special.
Switching it up to Mondays. That's what we got to do.
God.
Get in the comments. Help me convince them, because holy shit. Can't be doing these Sundays anymore.
You're the only one with an issue.
I know. Like, you just can't, like...
I mean, we told
Sunday
you.
morning,
we told you.
Saturday's the night before, like you
Mondays
like
are
Saturdays
too busy.
for the boys. Like, it's just how it goes.
That's why we do Sunday. Because we can't do it Saturday.
All right, fair enough. All right, I'll keep showing up for these Sunday ones, but God.
We'll figure it out. All right. that'll be all for us for today. Thank you for tuning in as always. Make sure to check us out on all of our socials. Yep. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to always dump and chase. See you in the next episode.